and even Kwara State. If you are watching, kindly subscribe to the YouTube channel, on notifications, drop your comments and click the like button, like, and then share with other people to enjoy this particular program. You are from the Middle Belt, Mr. Paul.
Yes.
From Plateau State. Do you agree that Middle Belt will rather vote for Tinubu rather than another person like Buhari again?
Thank you very much. In my own opinion, yes, Middle Belt would prefer Tinubu than any Fulani, because right now, as it is right now, you know, people had already understood. They understood that Fulani are not people that are meant to govern. Period. Fulani is not meant to govern because he has nothing to offer. I'm not saying that all Fulani are like that, but I'm saying that majority of Fulani, they have nothing to offer. All what they are after is their cows. They value cows. When they see cows, when they see cow is coming, you know, like you want to cross a road. If a cow is coming, you know, and a governor is coming and he see a cow passing, you know, he will stop for that cow to pass. But if the governor see, I'm talking about the selfish Fulani, the wicked Fulani, when he see people are passing around, they will brush the people. If you are not careful, they will brush you. If you are not careful, they hit you. That is how many Fulani are. And because their lives has come to an end, look at it from this angle, their lives has come to an end. That is the reason why Fulani man is not going to come back to power. We rather give it to Hausa man and let Hausa people. If Nigeria, if the Biafra is not going to take place, the honest truth is that we are not giving any power to Fulani. And I know that Fulani will do everything by all means to get power, but let me tell you the secret of Fulani. Fulani, they use Hausa. You see, you understand me now, and they use some Yorubas.
I'm calling Mr. Paul, you're from the north.
Yes.
Is there a difference between the Hausa and Fulani? Are they the same?
Far different, far different.
Can you explain to our viewers how are they different?
You know, Fulani, they are people that they came from nowhere. When you go back through the history, you will see it there. They came from nowhere and they found the people of Hausas living their life the way God wants them to live, and they forced them to accept what they want to accept. And the people of the Hausa people, you know, if someone pass your power, you don't have any right than to submit. But imagine someone comes to fight you and you are guarded, you are loaded. Will you submit to that person? You will never submit to that person because you are loaded, you are guarded. But the truth, and it happens so that it will teach us a lesson in the future. Those things happen so that we will learn from the future, and that is why today we learn. We understood the reason why Fulani came and why they with all their conquests, with how they deceive people, with how they make people to agree, and how they come into power. And people, because their eyes they are not open. You know, if your eyes is not open, when someone comes with his lie, you will just agree and you will follow him. They come with lies. That is why you see today we are having economic that is not going forward, because most of the Fulani that has been ruling us, they have nothing to offer.
Mr. Paul, they say that the Hausas are majority in the north. We are from the north. That's about this question.
Yes.
But why are the Fulanis now ruling over them since the Hausas are the majority?
You need to know that majority does not mean you are a powerful person. That is why they say, you know, they say that money is power. Do you ever think towards that thing? See, money is power. You need to know that money is power. But there is one thing that is powerful than money: wisdom. When you have wisdom, you are powerful. When money see you, he bows down to you. So the people of Hausa, they do not have wisdom. That is the reason why those people came and they conquered them. See how God used and see how wisdom came. When they come to Plateau State, according to what one elderly man was telling us, when the Fulani man came to Plateau State to kill the indigenous people of Plateau State, so that they would be the one to, you know, to set their emirs and to rule, you know, because in a land of Plateau State we have many mountains. When the people see the enemy coming from a distance, they run to the mountain. And you need to remember what mountain is. Mountain signify, it has its meaning. Sometimes mountain can be a place where you can just go and rest and you hide yourself. You understand? Yes, so you just have to run. That is how our people survive. And that mountain, God made that mountain to be like a shield to them. And that is why today we are on our feet. You know, without anything that has to do with the Fulani. But when they reach to Kaduna, the story has changed. They conquer the people in Kaduna. That is how they conquer every places. But Kano and everywhere, Sokoto and all the places, even in the west, some places they conquer. But because truth is wisdom and wisdom is truth, when you begin to look for these truths, then wisdom will show itself. And if wisdom show itself, then all these crazy things, all this chaos will bow down. That is why today, whether Nigerian government like it or not, I will continue to tell them that Nnamdi Kanu will be safe, will be free. Nnamdi Kanu will, because if something happened with Nnamdi Kanu, it's as if they are saying hail should fall on them. Hail should fall on them. That is what they are trying to say. And because Nnamdi Kanu, many people think that Nnamdi Kanu is alone. I used to tell people, Nnamdi Kanu, number one, he have God Almighty. That is number one. And there are leaders of this world that their work is to work for righteousness. Their work is to work for justice. They are the ones today standing saying, Nnamdi Kanu needs to be released. See, let me tell you, their delay doesn't mean they don't have any action to take on Nigerian leaders. When they delay, you know what? They want Nigerian government to be able to understand that by only when they themselves realize that, let them just release this Nnamdi Kanu in a good way, then they will see the peace that they want to see. But if they are not going to release him in a peace way, they are trying to tamper with his life, they are trying to harm his life, then they need to know that they are looking for chaos for themselves.
Mr. Paul, let's look at the issue of Yakubu Gowon. Yakubu Gowon fought the civil war while defending Nigeria.
Yes.
And we saw how Fulani S-men may have been killing his people in the Middle Belt. And you are from the same state, play too like Yakubu Gowon. Do you think that Yakubu Gowon may be regretting fighting the IGBOS now that the Fulanis are now killing his own people?
Thank you very much. You know, actually, I used to tell people that I'm not Yakubu Gowon. Yakubu Gowon have his own opinion, he have his own belief. You know, we can be all people, but our belief will be different. So Yakubu Gowon have his own belief, he has his own ways of seeing things. But according to me, if I am the one that fight that war, let me just use an example with myself. If I am the one that fight that war, do you know what I will say to myself? I will say to myself that they deceive me. I will say to myself that I did not fight for people to come and fight me back. I did not fight for people to embezzle money. I did not fight for people to become, to become people without love in their hearts. When you fight, let it be that you are fighting for people to unite, for people to become one, not for people to be divided. But he fought that war thinking that all is well, never knowing that things will spoil along the way.
Are you not afraid that now Yakubu Gowon will be regretting fighting that civil war?
Of course, let's be honest. Let's just be honest. Definitely, he will regret. That's the truth. He have to regret. If he says not going to regret, then he's saying that the mind which God, the conscious mind which God gave to him is dead. And he cannot tell her that the conscious mind which God gave you is dead. That conscious mind is the ability for you to see into the past and to see into the present and to see into the future, to make to make adjustment where necessary is needed. So he really needs to make adjustment, and we are waiting for him. Because right now, we are waiting for him to speak his mind concerning the book of the other person which wrote what he wrote, the book of IBV. We are waiting for his book, because I believe that in the book that Yakubu Gowon is going to write, I believe that he himself, definitely we will get to know his mind in that book. We will get to know whether he regretted it or he did not regret it. But for now, let's watch and let's continue to see. Thank you.
As I'm letting you go now, why does it feel at the North Central, where you are coming from, the Middle Belt, why are they always aligning with the South, like the IGBOS and Yorubas, instead of the Fulanis? Why do you think that they are saying that 2027 Tinubu for second term or Peter Obi instead of another Fulani man? Why do you think it's happening now?
Thank you very much. You see, if you look at the people from the Middle Belt, these are leaders that they have some level of integrity. Yes, these are people that have some level of integrity. Because of the level of their integrity, you will see there are people, they are not beggars. That is the level of integrity. Because they have some level of integrity, they will do everything to see that they keep their state working. That is why you see we have some governors in the Middle Belt that are doing everything possible, to help their people, so that their people will be able to stand on their feet. And at the same time, we still have people that force themselves into corridor of power, like the former governor of Plateau State. No one voted for him. He fought himself, and what happened? He came in embezzle money. He left the state empty. He borrowed. He built bridges with money that right now the present government have to go and pay back. He borrowed, and not that he used that money judiciously. He used that money for himself and for the project. So you see, but anyhow, we still have leaders that have some level of integrity. That is why the middle belt is not as worse as the far north. With some middle belts too, there are some corrupt governors. When you look at Nasarawa, corrupt governors, very, very corrupt. Let me be honest with you. These are corrupt governors. And the reason why they don't like Peter Obi is because Peter Obi, we all know what Peter Obi did to his state. A man that proven to be the man of the people. And that is why today you see people are ganging. We want Peter Obi, we need Peter Obi because of what? Because of his legacy.
Would you support, as a closing now, would you support Peter Obi again? Because supported Jonathan in 2015, you supported them article in 2019, supported Peter Obi in 2023. Are you still going to support Peter Obi again in 2027?
See, Peter Obi, let me just shock you. Peter Obi is a light. Peter Obi is a light. And where there is light, you will see people are living happily. Is that not so? So Peter Obi is light. This is a man that we all know how he came into Anambra State. Even though I'm not in Anambra, but I watch it on my phone with my 2 eyes. That is why even in Lagos, I continue to hail one governor like that. What did they used to call him? Ambode and Fashola. Thank you very much. I hail those people because when I was in Jos, I see their legacy and I say, yes, these are people that are making life to be meaningful. But because things are changing, chaos is coming, you know, wicked people are collecting power by all means. So if there will be free and fair election, see, let me just tell you the truth. You know what? It's something that we continue to ponder. We continue to ask questions: are the Biafra to go, or are they not to go? The middle belt are supporting the Biafra. Why are the core not are saying no to that? The core not are saying no to that because they know they have no future for this country. They not have no future for this country. That is why they don't want Nnamdi Kanu to be out. If they have a future and legacy for this country, you know what they will do? They will say, let Nnamdi Kanu come out and let Nnamdi Kanu be able to tell people on how he wants this country to become great. But if they see that his way is to take Biafra with him is the possible position to make this country to be great, then they should allow him to do that, because that is the only chance that we can have, which will even make the corner to benefit. Because when you have a peaceful agreement with a person, that person, because of that agreement, he makes you his friend. But by the time you kick against him, you continue to fight him, you continue to stand against him, you are opposing every word he is coming out with. And this man have a clear evidence. He is not a terrorist. He does not stand for the wicked that is going on in this country. He stands for what we all know to be freedom and justice, equality for all men. That is what all I know. Thank you very much.
Why do you think that the middle belt are now standing with Nnamdi Kanu instead of following the Fulanis? Why do you think?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You see, the middle belt, the reason why they want to go with Nnamdi Kanu is because they have seen the lights. You know, if you see lights, you know, you see light in the midst of chaos. Will you follow chaos? If you see light in the midst of chaos, you will like to follow light, because that light is the only truth that will bring down chaos. And because you have seen the light, and that light will be a reason for you to make a decision. Who do you want to follow? Do you want to follow chaos, or do you want to follow the light? And that Nnamdi Kanu is a symbol of lights. Do you know why Nnamdi Kanu today is suffering? Many people don't understand. They don't know what freedom is all about. Let me tell you what freedom is all about. Freedom that you see is not just bought for nothing, because even Jesus Christ bought freedom for us with his blood. If Jesus Christ will give us freedom with his blood, what does that tell you? It tells you that if you are going to have freedom, then you must have courage. You must have courage, and you must resist every accusation that is coming to stop you. You must say no to it because of the courage you have in you. But by the time you submit yourself, you bow down to chaos, you bow down to all the accusation, then it render you, you become useless, you become nothing, and your right, your freedom will be taken from you because you refuse to have courage. So Nnamdi Kanu is a man that I believe that courage will continue to be in him. Why am I saying this? If Nnamdi Kanu is after money, by now Nnamdi Kanu will not be in that place. You need to get it. If Nnamdi Kanu is after money, do you know how much did they bring in his Yes, if Nnamdi Kanu should tell you what they are telling him, things that you and I are not seeing, which we know the government can do, just for him to give up in trying to take his people into the land which he believed, Biafra, a war that Ojukwu was not able to conquer. That doesn't mean that they will not conquer. History happens so that we can, you know, when we see it in the future, we can redefine history. So all the lies that they have been telling us and all the ways which they have been following, now our eyes is clear. We know who is who. Now we know who have the truth, and we know who doesn't have the truth. And we all know that Nnamdi have the truth, and that is why today, if you see Nnamdi Kanu, sorry to say this, but I have to say it. If you see Nnamdi Kanu today, God has covered his shame, because he's walking in the truth. What about the other people that are opposing him? They are the sponsor of Boko Haram. We've been talking about people are not listening. They are the one who says that this country is not going to have the incredible things which God has given to us. They are the one who are opposing everything that is going to come, that is going to be of a benefit to the generosity of humanity. They are the people that will say no. They amass it for themselves. Look at them. How do you see them, and how do you see Nnamdi Kanu? A man that lives simple life, and that is what leadership is all about, living a simplicity life. But these people, they embezzle more than enough, and they make us today, we are crying. I didn't think they work. I didn't think they do something very good. We will not be saying Biafra must go. Even the Biafra people have no time to say they will go. But it's because of the messed up, they have messed up the system, and everything that you see is messed up. Just imagine you enter a house and you see plate everywhere. What happens? You begin to see flight everywhere. What does that tell you is going on in that house? You know that that house has no discipline. That is exactly how the government of this country are doing. They have no discipline. Everywhere you go, people are dying of sickness. Everywhere you go, starvation, hunger. Everywhere you go, people are crying to buy foods. 1,000 naira cannot give you food to eat in a day. I remember the good days, the era of Goodluck Jonathan. I remember the good days of Obasanjo, that 50 naira will feed you. If you have 150 naira, you will eat for that day and you'll be satisfied. But today, 1,000 naira cannot do you anything, and they will continue to tell us, they make naira better. Now naira is strong. What's strong? Naira has already devalued. It has no any power. So we will continue to support the Biafra, because I believe the light, the Biafra stand for light. You know, these people stand for light. That's the actual truth. Thank you very much.
We are looking at the fact that you supported Goodluck Jonathan, yes, from the Niger Delta. Yes. Instead of someone like your brother Muhammadu Buhari. Why does it seem that you only support him from the south?
Let me tell you the truth. You may think that I don't support the northern, and of course I support. They are like Konkoso. I like Konkoso, but it happens that, you know, if a leader comes, if someone is looking for a power, you know, you need to evaluate and see it for yourself. Who do you think have the requirements that will give you a better life? If you evaluate that, then you begin to say, this is the person that I need to vote. That is how I'm doing my voting. But there are leaders that I like Konkoso. I like Konkoso because when Konkoso was a governor in Kano, he performed well. He performed very well than Ganduje. All what we know about Ganduje, a person who collect dollars and put it in his Babangriga, you know, Babangriga, that's what Ganduje did. But look at people like Konkoso. I like, that's why I tell you there are some people I like. But right now, as I'm speaking to you right now, let me be honest with you, I do not see anybody in APC. Let me be frank with you, I do not see anybody in APC that I myself would be boastful to say I'm proud to vote for this person is an APC. Right now, I don't see such person.
As we are closing now, President Tinubu have sent his son to the north to placate them. Do you think that the north will vote for Tinubu 2027? Now the northern people, your people, do you think that they are going to give Tinubu vote in 2027? As we close, do you think that your people will vote for Tinubu 2027? Do you think so?
Thank you very much for that question. Yeah, honestly speaking, when you see Tinubu, most especially, even the rich people, even the poor people, we all know that Tinubu is not a person that will surely come back to power. But I know Tinubu has his own ways, just as everybody have his own ways. You have your ways, I have my ways. Everybody have his own ways. So Tinubu can manipulate. Tinubu can use everything in his power to walk into power. to return to power. Tinubu will actually do that. That is why I told people before that election, I told them that if there will be free and fair election, Tinubu will never smell that corridor of power. That's exactly what I told people. And what happened? The same thing happened. That's exactly what has happened. Because there was no free and fair, people were killed, and people that voted for people that voted for good luck, majority people that vote for good luck, let me tell you, cat reader did not read them. The cat reader did not